Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and today we're going to continue the alphabet thread with some Y records. We're almost done, and also some Jesus metal. I think I'm going to call this Angelic Acquisitions instead of Blind Buy Blasphemies. So let's get going. Before that, just wanted to remind everyone, if you're interested, Sunday, the 28th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Trevor from Fumes of Hatred and I will be doing a live stream about Nocturnal Mortem, just kind of talking about the band and their discography and how we got into them and things like that. So would love to see you there if you're interested. So let's go. I guess let's do Y first. Not many Ys in my collection, but a couple that made my year-end list for the year they came out. So that was kind of neat. Show this one first. Yoth Aria from Greece, and this is their debut full-length As the Flame Withers from 2021. Like I said, that was on my 2021 top 10 list. So this is the Magus and Jim Mutilator, both from the early days of Riding Christ. So there's definitely some early Riding Christ in here, but also a lot of traditional heavy metal, kind of Iron Maiden type influences. Just a super fun Greek black metal album from front to back. Not really a weak song on here. They had an EP before this, and they've had, I think I just saw they have a live album that I do not have. It's hard to drop like a bunch of money on an import for a live album these days. I don't know. When there's so much other good stuff to check out, but I'll probably get it eventually. But yeah, if you're into the Greek black metal and you haven't heard this, you're a early Riding Christ fan, Yoth Aria, definitely check it out. Next, I do not know how to pronounce this. I was going to try to look it up to see, and I don't know. YGG, Yig, probably not. This is a band from Ukraine. This is their second full length from 2020 on Ashen Dominion. It's called The Last Skald. And there's only four tracks on here, all quite lengthy, all over 10 minutes. I think this album comes in at like 52 minutes total. So this is pagan black metal from Ukraine. Bit of a supergroup, I guess. The main dude seems to be Helg from Kors. I don't think he's in Kors now, but he does guitar and vocals. And then the other guys, I did not make note of their names, but they've been in and out of Nocturnal Mortem, like, and 1,000 other bands in Ukraine. So this is, like I said, the tracks are lengthy, so a lot of repetition, kind of hypnotic. I would say some post-black influence, post-rock, post-black metal, that kind of vein. But great production, awesome catchy riffs, the kind of catchy riffs you don't mind that they repeat, a million times. And really, really killer black metal vocals. Little bit of folk instrumentation, but not too much. Not like to the level of Nocturnal Mortem or anything. But how many times can I mention Nocturnal Mortem in a video they're not in? And I'm maybe just because they're on the brain, because I've been re-listening to everything for the stream, but yeah, this made my top list for 2020. They only have one other full length, their debut from 2011. So it seems to be one of those bands that everyone's involved with other projects, and then every once in a while they get together and do something. But I would love to hear more from this project. YGG, however you want to pronounce that. And the last one I picked out for Y is kind of controversial, not in that way. Controversial in that this is probably my favorite Yes album. This is Talk from 1994. This is the Trevor Rabin version of the band, the lineup that did the 90125 album with Owner of a Lonely Heart on it. So this is pretty strange because there's the lineup there if you don't know. For a while, Yes had been split into two camps, and there were two touring versions of Yes, which John Anderson seemed to be in both of them, which I don't quite understand. I think there was legal action, and both entities were making an album, and then some business decision was made. They decided to smash both those albums together and call it Yes, and that was the Union album, which sounds exactly like what it is. Two different projects smashed together, and then they did a big tour with everybody. Apparently, no one involved was that stoked about it, but anyway. So after that happened, I guess they just split back up and went back to the 90125 lineup and did this. And this is a perfect marriage of kind of the prog yes with Trevor Rabin's like more pop sensibilities. There's some lengthy tracks on here. Endless Dream, the closer, is like kind of the prog epic on here, but super poppy and catchy, and I can just listen to it over and over. This is like on my digital music player that I always have with me at work. This is always on there. I always have this on there because the mood could strike me at any time to listen to it. So this is getting a reissue actually. Did I say came out in '94? This label went under, so this was, I guess it's been kind of hard to find. It was in bargain bins forever, and then it was hard to find. Now they're reissuing it with like a live show and whatnot. So I'll probably be buying that. But yeah, Yes Talk, highly recommended. And I'm sure a lot of people would vehemently disagree with me, but that's fine. All right, now for my Jesus Metal. I picked up two things from Boone's Overstock. This was the one I was super excited about. The new album by Flood. And it's called Ripped into Exile. Kind of a neat little cover there. AI-ish, maybe? I don't know. I think it's cool, though. So if you don't know, I did a video about the first Flood album a little while ago. And it is two of the three founding members of Tourniquet doing a new project. And I freaking love that first album so much. It really gave me those old Tourniquet vibes while still being its own thing. So when this came out, day one, I ordered it, and I got it, and I listened to it, and I am sad to report that I do not like it very much. Starts out really ripping, and a lot of super shreddy solos on it. This is the title track, Ripped into Exile. I wasn't like totally stoked on that, but I was like, okay. And then the album carried on, and then I wish they went back to the thing I didn't really like that much to begin with. It's just kind of boring. And the lyrics are real cringy. I mean, they're in-your-face Christian lyrics, which I don't mind, but they're just not clever. They're just kind of like, they think they're like, it feels like they think they're really sticking it to the man or being hardcore, but it just sounds lame. Sounds like the youth pastor who thinks he's really down with the kids, and they're all laughing at him behind his back. But yeah, I'm just kind of bored of it. I've only really spun it a few times, and it hasn't really gotten much better. And as Marsha P said, the greatest sin, making it. I'm trying to remember the quote. Making a boring album is a greater sin than making a bad album, and that's kind of, I'm just kind of bored of it. I don't know. Maybe it'll click, but as of now, man, I'm super bummed about this one. But while I was there and paying, $10 shipping for one CD, I decided to get something else too. So I got the reissue of Deliverance, the Subversive Kind. This is their latest full length, I guess. I think from 2017 or 18. So when this originally came out, it was like a Pledge Music or Kickstarter deal, and it was silly expensive, I thought, for what it was. The concept of this, if you don't know Deliverance, they started out as a thrash band, kind of in the Bay Area style, even though they're from Southern California. The best like secular comp I could give is Testament, probably. But then they moved on past that. They went into like some groove, as all the thrash bands did. Went a little bit of a groove style, then a bit more progressive in parts. They really kind of went all over the map for a while. But I enjoyed pretty much everything they did. And then they'd break up. They come back together, do an album, break up again. It's really only one dude. It's Jimmy Brown. It's his band with a revolving cast of supporting lineup. But the selling point of this was, hey guys, everyone wants us to do a thrash album again, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for you and give you what you want. And that just totally turned me off. It's like, man, don't do that. Do what you want to do, not what you think we want. You know what I mean? So I didn't buy it. They said you could only buy it in this pre-sale deal. And I was like, yeah, right, whatever. But it kind of ended up being true. Like, I never came across it later for a good price, and it's the one Deliverance album I didn't have, so that was always, you know, a little little spur in my brain that, like, oh, you don't have it, you don't have it. So they re-released it with 2 bonus tracks, actually. So it's probably good I waited. Two new songs that they've recorded just for this. It's good. It's not great. It is pretty aggressive thrash. The original album is 8 songs, only like 30 minutes, and I'm not opposed to a short album, but there were really no standouts. It just kind of like, it kind of happens and then it's done, and yeah. So when it came out the first time and I listened to it online, I wasn't too sold on it. The 2 bonus tracks actually I think are better, the newly recorded ones. So maybe there's a new Deliverance thing in the works. We can only hope. But so yeah, I got the reissue. I'm now complete. I am not a poser. I'm not a Deliverance poser anymore. So if you're into like modern thrash, I would say maybe check it out. I'm not gonna highly recommend it or anything. If I heard this and it didn't have the name Deliverance on it, I probably wouldn't be that moved by it, but I have it now, so the collector scum is satisfied until the next thing I have to get. So that is it, you guys. Hope to see anybody who wants to come in on the stream on Sunday, again at 3 p.m. And I'll leave a link to the thing below if you want to hit notify, so you'll get a reminder for it. So thanks guys for watching, and as always, CM Punk is a piss baby. Later.